Technology and one of the organizers of this FDP, extend a warm welcome to all the faculty members, research scholars, and participants to this day 3 of 5-day faculty development program on emerging trends in research, writing, and publications. Along with my co-organizers, Dr. Surya Pratap Singh and Dr. Arpit Srivastav, I'm delighted to have you all with us this morning. This FDP is being organized by the Amity Institute of Biotechnology in association with AIU, AUR, AADC, Association of the Indian Universities, Amity University, Rajasthan, Academic and Administrative Development Center. We gratefully acknowledge the support of AIU, AUR, AADC and Akshat Srivastav sir in facilitating this academic initiative. We are delighted to have more than 400 participants from across the globe, making this FDP a very strong, vibrant and engaging academic platform. We are also privileged to have esteemed national and international speakers whose insights continue to enrich this program over the period of 5 days. Over the past 2 days, we have explored key aspects of research writing, publication ethics, AI integration, emerging trends, and many more, which have already laid a very strong foundation for today's advanced sessions. So today's theme focuses on AI tools deep dive. We now begin our first session on hands-on generative AI, ChatGPT, Grammarly, the usage of ChatGPT and Grammarly for editing and paraphrasing. So before inviting the speaker, I would like to briefly introduce Dr. Namrata Srivastav ma'am. So Dr. Namrata Srivastav is a research and development scientist at the Institute for Software Integrated Systems, Vanderbilt University, Nashville, US, where she works on human-centered AI and multi-modal learning analytics to enhance equitable and responsive teaching and learning in STEM plus C classrooms. Her research focuses on understanding students' inquiry processes, collaboration, and learning performance through multi-modal data such as eye tracking dialogues and interaction logs. Prior to this, she was a postdoctoral researcher at the University of Pennsylvania Penn Center for Learning Analytics, developing AI-based detectors of student engagement, for example, boredom, confusion, etc. She also serves as adjunct research fellow at Monash University, Australia, investigating self-regulated learning and engagement in digital learning environments. Namrata ma'am has earned her PhD in computer science from the University of Melbourne, where she pioneered research on sensor-based learning analytics to detect cognitive load using non-invasive physiological sensors. Her work has contributed to major international projects such as NSF Engage AI, SPICE and Flora, and collaborations with institutions like Stanford University, Adobe Research, and TU Delft. A recipient of the 2024 Emerging Scholar Award from the Society for Learning Analytics Research, SOLAR. Her interdisciplinary research bridges AI, HCL, and data science to design intelligent systems that foster more effective, inclusive, and data-informed education. With these few words, I now request Dr. Namrata Srivastav to kindly start with the session. Welcome, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ms. Avni, and thank you everyone for joining in. It's my pleasure to be here and to guide on this particular topic of hands-on generative AI for editing and paraphrasing. So I will start sharing my screen.
Yeah, ma'am, please.
Yes, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So thank you everyone. Today's topic will be on hands-on generative AI, ChatGPT, Grammarly for editing and paraphrasing. And And thank you everyone for inviting me. My name is Namrita Srivastav. I'm a research scientist at Vanderbilt University, US. I also serve as an adjunct assistant professor at Vanderbilt University, and I also am affiliated with Monash University as an adjunct research fellow. So before we start, I want to have a small introduction. I did a back in for my background. I did a bachelor's in computer science from India. Then I did a master's in information technology from India. Then I did a PhD in computer science, and then I did some postdoc at Monash and UPenn in US. Currently, as I mentioned, I'm a research scientist at Vanderbilt. So the idea or the outline for today's workshop is I try to divide them into different sections. So the first section we will be doing an introduction to Gen AI, like what is generative AI, and we will try to see what generative AI can do and can't do. Then I have divided because this is a most like a hands-on exercise. So we will be doing a different set of hands-on exercises today. So the first exercise will be we will be try to use ChatGPT for editing and paraphrasing. In the next step, we will be building a custom GPT. So you must have heard like we can create our own AI agent. So today we will also learn how to create your own AI agent using ChatGPT. Next, we will move to Grammarly. Grammarly is also is a free tool which you can use for editing and paraphrasing. And Grammarly also has some advanced features like AI detection and humanization, which we can do with Grammarly, and we will do an exercise just to explore those topics. Lastly, we will have some time for question and answer. So if you have any question, you can drop in the chat as well, and or you can ask later on during the question and answering round. So we can start with the topic. So the topic today is about generative AI. So when we talk about generative AI from the computer science point of view, what is generative AI? So generative AI are the AI systems that can create new content such as text, images, or code, and they do so because they can learn patterns from massive amount of training data. So these particular system, they have been trained by massive amount of data. So when you use tools such as ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini, so ChatGPT is from OpenAI, Claude is from Anthropic, and Gemini is a Google model. These are all large language models. So you must have heard the word LLM. So these are the large language models. But if you look carefully, these large language models, they are machine learning models, or I would say they are simple AI model which work in the same way as other model that they need an input and they will give you an output. So these large language model, they work by predicting the most likely next words based on your input. And if we look at an example for this, if I ask you if this is a statement like once upon a, and I ask you what will be the next word, so the next word, that's how the LLMs work. They try to predict the next possible word based on all the input they have in their database. And we must have, I think you might also have guessed that once upon a time is the word which was the most commonly used word. And if I keep on doing the same pattern, if I keep on using the same pattern, I can say that once upon a time there was, and then it can be a different set of words which would be like a little dragon, sorry, a little girl, a dragon, or anything. But you can see that's how the LLMs they work. They try to predict the most likely word based on your input. Now, if you want to understand, with these Gen AI tools, what are the things they can do and what are the things they can't do? So when we look at the things they are good at, the first thing is they are very good at fixing grammar, spelling, and punctuation. They are also good at paraphrasing for different audience. For example, if you want to say, I want to write something for a journal, or you want to say, I want to write something for a classroom or a proposal, so these models are really good at paraphrasing. And the last part is when you're drafting emails, you can easily ask a Gen AI tool for drafting feedbacks or emails or summaries. They are also really good at brainstorming ideas and outlines. So if you have some idea and you can easily brainstorm with them because they have all the knowledge from the last like past year of all the data which has been fed into them. So they are very good at brainstorming ideas. But we should also be careful, like there are few things which they can't do or they are not that good at. So, for example, the factual accuracy. So, you must have noticed that these models, they can easily confidently make things up. So, we call it in technical term hallucinations. And this is very common in all these Gen AI tools. So, they can confidently make things up. Domain specific knowledge they are not good at because they may get some technical details wrong. And the last part is replacing your judgment. So they are not good at replacing your judgment. They can just assist you, but you have to decide. So this was all about the Gen AI tool. What is Gen AI? But let's focus more on getting this as a hands-on exercise. So what I have done is I have created a handout, and I would like you to go and look at, like you can access this hand all these handouts by either logging to this link. You can type tinyurl.com genai-fdp Namrata, or you can also click on you can also log in using the QR code. So today's idea, the for this particular workshop, the focus would be we will do different exercise together. So I have created this handout so that you can follow me along. So we will be doing all the exercise one by one, and it would be good if you can follow me. You can what all you need is a laptop or a tablet with internet access. What I have done is I have created a sample text for you, which you can copy and paste while we are following these different exercises. Otherwise, if you have a draft which you are currently working on, for example, either a paper, a grant proposal, or any email, you can also use it for each of these exercises in order to see the advantage of using all these tools like ChatGPT and Grammarly. So the people who are like all the audience who are online, you can also let me know once you are ready. If you have, I have added the link to the hands, these exercises in the chat as well, so we can start. Okay, so once you have access to the exercise or the handouts, let's start the exercise, like the workshop for today. So the first part is we want to see how good is ChatGPT for editing and paraphrasing. So imagine that why do we need ChatGPT first of all for editing and paraphrasing? So we come up with like a scenario. So suppose you are preparing a manuscript for a journal and you want to check the or you want to improve the clarity and grammar of your draft before you want to send it to your co-authors. So what you can do is you can open in your browser, you can open ChatGPT. Depending on if you do not have an account, it will ask you to create an account. Otherwise, if you have an account, it will take you to the home page. So once you are inside, what we can do is we can do exercise one together. So the first exercise is I want you to see how good ChatGPT is at proofreading. So what you can do is you can copy the prompt from here, proofread the following paragraph for grammar, and you can paste it in your chat GPT. And after that, you can also add what do you want to proofread. So for example, I'm using this sample paragraph here, but you can use any paragraph, any text you would like to see how good it is at proofreading. But the idea here is whenever we are talking to these Gen AI tool, the prompt or the instruction we give to these tools, they are very important. So if you tell them just to do proofread, it will not be able to do a good job at it because you have not clearly specified the instruction. So imagine that this chat GPT or any AI tool is like a research assistant to you. So if you are trying to give it a task, you have to clearly specify what you would like them to do. Otherwise, the same process will happen that you have to go back and forth with the either your research assistant or the person you are trying to instruct. So like the amount of clarity you have in your prompt that will decide how good you can get out from these Gen AI models or these AI chatbots. So today we will learn that let's start with a very simple prompt. Let's proofread the following paragraph for grammar, punctuation, and spelling error, and list each correction with a brief explanation of why it was changed. And when I pass this small, simple a prompt to ChatGPT, I would be able to see it. It is trying to show me all the corrections in my paragraph, and it also wrote a corrected paragraph for me. So next, what I can do is I can look at these correction and it also gives me an explanation. And I will also learn that, oh, maybe I was not using the correct verb here or the my punctuation was wrong. So this is something I would definitely recommend the faculties or research scholars to use because you will also learn through this way about your own writing. You will be able to improve your writing. So this was just first example just to show how you can use these tools like ChatGPT in order to proofread the current content. So I will go to the next step, but I will give some time later on, which where you can try on your own, and I would love to hear back either in the chat or from the audience who are sitting that what was your experience, like how many errors did it find, or the explanations were clear enough that you were trusting. So let's see if I want to use the same paragraph, what I just uh, what what was generated from ChatGPT, like corrected paragraph, but instead of using it for like instead of have this particular paragraph is a general paragraph, but I want to change the tone to make it more like simple language which is suitable for undergraduate student. I can write a short prompt saying that paraphrase this paragraph in simpler language suitable for undergraduate student, use short sentences and active voice. And I will see just with this small prompt your bigger paragraph which was about interdisciplinary research and academic institutions, all this big paragraph, that you will notice the language, everything will be changed. So if you read carefully, if you want to see how the changes are happening, I would suggest you can start reading the first initial paragraph, and then how slowly with ChatGPT you are improving the language and clarity based on the audience. So now you said you want your audience is undergraduate students, so that's why you want the language to be simple. If you want it to be, let's say, for journal, you would like to be have an academic tone. So based on whatever is your requirement, it is very important that you need to tell that in the prompt. So prompt is an important part of all these Gen AI tools, and we will learn later on like how we can create our own AI agent, and that time we will learn that how the prompts are very important. So the next part is we can also rewrite the same uh, passage as a concise three-sentence justification paragraph for, let's say, a government research funding proposal. So you will notice the tone of this chat GPT or this whole passage will change now.
Namrata ma'am,
Ah, yes.
sorry for the interruption. Ma'am, there is a question in the chat box. Like one of the
Okay.
participant is asking, I thought that it's a useful question, so that's why I'm interrupting you. Oh, she's asking that if we submit our work, then it will be in the database of ChatGPT. Then it will always understand it as its own, and AI detection will give 100% match. So,
No, that's a very good question. And I think that's a question which many people have in their mind that is storing everything.
yeah, ma'am, that's why I'm
The
interrupting.
yes, no, I think that's a good point. So thank you for bringing this up. The account I am using it is a Vanderbilt account, but it is for EDU. So that's why it is ChatGPT for education purpose. So this particular account, we have been told that all our data is temporary, nothing will be stored on the cloud. But if you're using the normal ChatGPT, like the public account, there is a process that you can go in the setting and you can choose that do not train on my data. So I can show you later on that you have that setting in your option. Otherwise, it has been clarified by OpenAI, the company itself, that they are not using our data to train the models anymore. So anything which we add, like it is just a conversation history, which is there with GPT, because whenever it will respond, it will remember your context, but it is not being trained or transferred to cloud. That has been clarified by OpenAI as well.
So, ma'am, we still need clarification that when we are uploading, like if we are writing any paper and we are taking the help of the chat GPT, like for paraphrasing of or this writing or grammar, finding out the grammarly errors. So doesn't like it doesn't go in its database?
No, it doesn't go in the database.
Because many PhD scholars, they have done this thing, and when the final plagiarism check comes, so then
Mhm.
it's coming that it's the paper is from AI.
So these are two different things. So AI detection and plagiarism are two different, like from my side, from what I believe are two different things. So for example, if you are interacting with ChatGPT and you are saying it, help me rephrase it, or make it rewrite it for better clarity. So if you are rephrasing it, paraphrasing it, and you're reusing that content, that is not plagiarism. That was your own content which you ask it to make it more clear and to make it like grammar free. So that is not plagiarism. But if you're just asking it that, okay, this is my topic, create a content for me, that is plagiarism, in the sense that because it has copied from somewhere on the internet. So if it is not your own content, and you are paraphrasing it, then it means that it will be detected in plagiarism.
Okay.
So to summarize, I think yeah, it's a very important discussion, but point is if you write something on your own and you use ChatGPT or Grammarly, any AI tool, in order to just rewrite it for better clarity, it is not plagiarism. It is allowed by majority of conferences and journals. You just need to declare it in the paper that you have used GPT or you have to use any Grammarly tool for paraphrasing. But if you are asking it to generate content, that is not ethically allowed.
Ma'am, is there any difference between the paid and the non-paid version also?
For
Chat
ChatGPT,
GPT? Yeah, yeah. Because there is
yes.
one more question in the chat box. She's also asking, she's also saying the same thing that yes, even journal also counts it in plagiarism if Chat GPT is used.
Okay.
So I'm asking that is there any difference between the paid version and non-paid version as well? If you have any idea.
So, what I know is there are some advanced features which I was about to talk in my next exercise. Those features
Okay.
are available in the paid versions, but
Okay.
other than that, like the model, like more advanced models are available in the paid version, but there is no such difference that one data is being used for training and other is not used for training.
Okay. Ma'am, there is one more question in the chat box. They are saying that please share setting for ChatGPT to not include in its database. If there is any setting of ChatGPT,
Yes, there is a setting you um,
yeah, that is what, ma'am.
okay, maybe I'll share it in the chat because I need to find it again. I can't remember on top of my
Yeah, no
mind, but
issues, ma'am.
yes,
No issues,
there is
ma'am.
a
Take
way
your
of
time.
making yeah, there is a way of making sure that ChatGPT does not store anything.
It would be very helpful for all the PhD scholars and even the faculty members who are writing a paper.
So in this case, for example, if I start a new chat, I don't if you can still see my screen. This is my button. I'm using an education account, so I'm not sure if it be shown to other people. But we have this option on turn on temporary chat, and in this case, the memory is disabled for this chat, and it won't appear in your history. So this is just a temporary chat, so nothing is being saved in the history as well. So if I talk to it about, let's say, my first exercise, and I again go back and I ask it, what is my first exercise? It won't remember because no history is being saved here. Yes. Can we continue?
Then Namrata ma'am.
Yes. Hi. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Please continue.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I was waiting. I thought there are any other questions.
No, no, ma'am. You can continue.
Okay. Yes, so if I totally understand that students or anyone they have if they have concern about not to use their own writing during this exercise, that's why I have added a sample text in here. You can or you're always welcome to use the sample text so that you're ensure that none of your data is being uploaded. But just to clarify, that is not the case anymore. Like even OpenAI, they clarify they are not that the data is not stored on the cloud anymore. So So once we are done with the exercise one base because we have less time, so I'm moving to exercise two. But then the second exercise is you notice when we were doing the first exercise with ChatGPT, we were typing the long prompts. So what can happen is if you want to create your own AI agent, so there is a way of building our own AI agent. So AI agent in the sense you are trying to come up with like, okay, there is some kind of activity I notice in my daily workflow. I'm doing this again and again using AI. So, what you can do is you can create an AI agent just for that particular purpose. So, let's try to use this. So, to build an AI agent, you need a ChatGPT Plus account. Otherwise, if you don't have a ChatGPT Plus account, you can also go to this option of Explore GPT and you can use the publicly available GPT accounts. So, for example, you can find which particular GPT are available and you can play with them. But if you want to create your own GPT, if you click on Explore GPT and if you have a ChatGPT Plus account, or you can also work with someone who has a GPT account, Plus account, and you can collaborate with them. But the idea is if you click on the Create button, this is the way you can create your own GPT. So let's say I want to create a GPT for helping me for academic writing. So I can name my GPT as like academic writing assistant, and I can give a description that okay, this particular GPT uh, helps me in. So you can give a description of the GPT, like what is the task or what is this GPT doing. And the next part comes is the instruction. And this is the most important part. So if you look at the example which I shared in the handouts, you will see I laid a detailed instruction. So the color code here defines whenever you are giving instruction to GPT, it should be very detailed and it should follow a proper approach. So the first approach is you have to define what is the persona or what is the character you are building. So, for example, if I am building like, so I can write, you are an academic writing editor. What is its role? So, your role is you help faculty in Indian universities improve their research manuscripts, project proposals, and academic documents for publication. And then I give it some type of a guideline, like when you are given a draft, what you should be doing. So what is the focus of this AI agent? So I say when given a draft, you should fix grammar, punctuation and spelling errors, improve clarity, sentence flow and readability. So I give a set of instruction what it should be doing, and then it is important to also specify the rules. So rules are the things which it should make sure it should never disobey them. So, for example, you should never rewrite entire paragraph without asking first. So, what it should be doing is it should first ask you, okay, these are the mistakes I found. Do you want me to write a new paragraph? So, it should never write a new paragraph. It should always preserve the author's original meaning and voice. So that means it will only do the correction for grammar and spelling error. It will not rewrite it. It will not add any AI flavors to it. It should always explain to you why you are suggesting a change. If you have a guideline to follow about particular citation like APA or IEEE, you can also give it those formatting conventions. Next part we add in our instruction is the tone. So the tone, for example, what tone do you want like the AI agent, or what should be the way it should be communicating or in its response. So it should be professional, constructive, and supportive, like a senior or helpful senior colleague during a pre-submission review. So this particular AI agent which we will create, it will become like a supporter to you, which you can use during pre-submission review.
अनम्यूट करना भी नहीं शर्मा से उनके पास तो उधर से
Should I continue or should I wait? I'm not sure.
Ma'am, you can continue.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Yes, so
Our
the
director,
idea is
sir, will be joining in a while. I'll let you know, ma'am.
okay, sure. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. So for the next exercise, as we are building our own AI agent, what we can do is we can write first that we can name it, and then we write a small description. And in the instruction, as I mentioned, you can easily copy paste this whole instruction, or you can also come up with your own set of rules, what you would like your AI agent to do or not to do. And then you can copy paste this here. Once you have pasted it, there is a option of adding some conversations starters. So conversation starters mean when you open your AI agent, is there some type of questions which you always ask? For example, in my case, I always ask like rewrite this for clarity, and you will see these type of questions are automatically like they are creating as a bubble. So that means it's like a starter. So when you open your custom AI agent, you can click on this button. It will always start with this particular prompt like, okay, rewrite this for clarity or summarize this paper. And it will, while doing this particular action, it will also follow all the guidelines you gave in the instruction. So you can come up with set of conversation starter. The knowledge is very important because you will notice sometime the ChatGPT, they can make technical error or they do not have the domain knowledge. So what you can do is you can also upload some of your files. If, for example, if you're targeting a journal has certain convention that this is how you should be writing, you can upload that file as a knowledge, and that's how whenever the ChatGPT is giving you a response, it will always look into that knowledge file while giving you the response. So once you have everything done with your custom GPT, you can also try it out here on the preview mode. For example, let's try to do the same thing. So whatever we did for the first exercise, let's say we want to do the same thing, proofread the following paragraph for grammar, punctuation, and spelling error, task 1A. And I copy pasted here, and then I pasted the same paragraph. So you will notice how it is different than the normal ChatGPT response because it is giving you a more detailed proofreading that what was the mistake. The first mistake was the subject verb agreement here. You have used gained, but so you have used have and gained. It should be has gained. Then it is identifying all the issues. It is also identifying there are some punctuation problem in your paragraph. There is a parallelism in list that you need to have like a comma. There is some spelling error. There is a missing article. And you will notice compared to the first version of the GPT, where we were just asking it to paraphrase it on its own without creating an AI agent or doing all set of instructions, it was also rewriting it for you, like writing a corrected version. But this one is not rewriting it because it says never rewrite entire paragraph without asking first. So this type of agent is very helpful if you want to make sure that it follows a set of guidelines. Okay, so what I would like you to do is also try it out some of the agent of your own if you have a Plus account, and then you can share in the chat what did you name your agent, or there what's one instruction you added which was not there in the template. Anyone would like to share what they named their agent and any instruction they added that isn't in the template? You can add in the chat or you can also respond in the audience.
Good morning, Dr. Namrata.
Good morning.
Actually, I have a question, related to what you discussed earlier.
Yes.
Regarding paraphrasing and regarding if you put a topic and then ask the ChatGPT to generate the ideas, etc. So there is a fine distinction because once you have put your text
Mm-hmm.
in the ChatGPT,
Mm-hmm.
it may go into the public domain. It's the decision of the ChatGPT, essentially. It may or may not go into the public domain. It's not in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And there is no guarantee that there won't be any breach of the confidentiality, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Now, our experience is that the AI tools, these
Mm-hmm.
plagiarism detection tools which exist, for instance, today, let's say we have Turnitin, we have Authenticate, and the better version of Authenticate 2 is also there. But they also do not claim to be so accurate, to accurately know that this is plagiarism and this is because of paraphrasing. Sometimes it all get mixed up. So
That's true.
yeah. So there is actually a danger, and there are pitfalls related to the same thing, that your text, which once goes into the public domain, may not be treated as a taken from AI, that is AI by using AI detection tool. So therefore, that danger always exists. And essentially, my idea is that because of all these issues, even journals
Mm-hmm.
They have not so far come out with AI detection policy. They are not, returning the manuscripts based on the AI detection, but the conventional plagiarism is still going on. So that is one thing
Mm-hmm.
which I wanted to share. That is not really 100% free. That 100% one cannot be sure that whether the text which I use for paraphrasing will not be constituted as a plagiarism by AI detection tools because of the lack of accuracy. Of course, they are trying to evolve. They are going in for
Mm-hmm.
better, but it's very difficult. And even because incidentally, I also happen to be editor of one of the prestigious journals, which is Scopus Indexed.
Mm-hmm.
And we know of these limitations that they are there. And therefore, when we detect the AI detection, when we detect the AI plagiarism, we do not press the authors and do not return for that reason. Of course, we do take a
Mm-hmm.
certificate in the beginning, that is declaration that one has not used, Chat GPT or you know, any other, generative AI tools
Mm-hmm.
for specific purposes. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, and they are used only for paraphrasing, etc., etc. So that pitfall, based on my experience, I wanted to share with you. So it's not 100% free from any danger.
Yeah,
That is
sure.
one.
No,
And
thank
second
you
thing, you
so
might
much.
be aware of the Anthropic copyright infringement, $1.5
Yes.
billion suit. In fact, incidentally, uh, my own two books, which were published from elsewhere, and one was
Mm-hmm.
published from elsewhere, the other one was published from Wiley. They were also covered under this. They are also covered because they asked me to file the claim, and I duly filed the claim. So all
Mm-hmm.
these data, all these books as well, which the Anthropic people used to train LLMs, to develop LLMs, they have
The
also
Claude
been in the
models, yeah.
public domain, and that our own books, our own texts are now being shown as the AI plagiarism. So
Mm-hmm.
these were some of the difficulties which I thought uh, I would share with you uh, based on my own practical experiences.
No, I think these are very good points. So, just to add in there, I work I work in K-12 domain. So K-12 means we work with small kids, and I work as a data scientist. So we try to analyze student data, and there are in US we are also trying to design some AI tools or chatbot with which students can interact with, and that is the danger. As you mentioned, even the parents or the teachers, everyone, they are not so willing to use AI tools in the classroom because of those reasons. So the chat gpt I showed, it is an education uh, license, and it we have like a an agreement with OpenAI or some other companies that these tools, they will not be shared, or anyone will, no one will have access to this data. So that's type of an agreement. Like if that's the concern which people have, there's also possibility that we can have agreement with these companies,
Absolutely,
making
on
sure,
payment
yes.
basis.
So on payment basis. So for example, we are using the ChatGPT education account, and we have been said that you can upload some level of uh, not private data, but some level of identifiable information there as well, because there are different levels which we define in terms of uh, for different identifiable information. There are different levels, like data level 1, level 2. So up to level 2 we can easily upload data, but anything where someone like faces are visible, or those type of very clearly identifiable data, they are not allowed to upload even to any of these gen AI tools. But what, as a university, we are doing is we are developing our own AI models so that it is a university hosted, and we do not have to be dependent on other companies. So there are possibilities to also like use the potential and benefit of all these Gen AI tools. Because I would not say AI is bad, but it definitely helps you to improve your productivity, and it's eased out all the mundane tasks. But there are some chance, as you mentioned, there are few cases like that where you feel like AI is taking away your credibility, is taking away all the For example, as you mentioned, your own papers, they were copied, or the Anthropic had that data in their database. So those type of issues, I think, can be handled as well.
Absolutely.
But that's a very good point.
Yeah. In absence of agreements, there is always a possibility of that this could be put in public domain and is eventually treated as the plagiarism. That kind of possibility to exist. And second thing, of course, I mean, there is no doubt that it's doing wonderful. It has wonderful applications because 2024 Nobel Prize, Google DeepMind, they developed the software AlphaFold. It's all AI. It's all,
Yeah.
the boon of AI, the problems which existed for last 4 or 5 decades have been now been instantly solved. You are able to accurately predict the three-dimensional structure of the protein. It has been a great puzzle for hundreds of thousands of people to begin with have worked with this in order to solve the problem. But still, till this AlphaFold was developed, there could still be, tens of different possibilities where the protein could fold, in a particular way. But now with this, it's very precise. So it's all the outcome of the AI, of course. So I'm not saying that. I mean, it has to be applied, but one has to see that for what purpose and what one gains out of it, and what could be the possible uh, drawback for this.
Yeah, sure.
So it's
Thanks
a
so
great
much for
lecture.
sharing that.
I was very intently listening to all your, presentation, and it's great
Oh,
lecture. Thank you.
thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inputs. You can kindly continue.
Okay, sure. How much time do I have? I'm not sure.
Ma'am, you can take your time next half an hour or 25 minutes.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Yeah. So we saw that for ChatGPT, we have two different ways. Either you can use the ChatGPT account. Okay, sorry. Once you have created your own GPT model, you can click on the create button, and it give you the freedom of also to share it with others. So, for example, if you are an instructor or you are a faculty for one particular course or subject, what you can do is you can create like your own GPT for that particular course, and you can also share them with other instructors in for the same course. So that's how you can also reuse the same ideas with other colleagues. You can also share. You can create one agent and you can share with other people. So if you click on share, and what will happen is if I update, I will notice the academic writing assistant, the GPT, which I just created, my own AI agent. It is also added in my list of GPTs. So I can ask any question to this. Like if I say rewrite this for clarity, it will ask me, okay, what? Please share the text you would like me to rewrite. So it will take the same set of instructions which when I created it, and anytime if I want, I can go and I can also do a modification. Like I can edit this chat GPT, I can add more instructions if something is missing. So it's like a my personal AI assistant, and you can create it for anything you would like. So, for example, in this all most of the conversation, if you are a little bit hesitant to include your own AI, your own content in there, you can use AI tools for just getting some ideas, or you can use it in order to come up with like a plan. So you should not you if you do not are not willing to add your own content in there, there are different ways of also taking the advantage of these AI tools. So, for example, personally, when I design my lectures, I sometimes also get some guidance from AI, like, for example, how should I present this to my students, or can you make this slide more engaging for them? So those type of ideas you can get from AI, and in that case, you will not have the danger of adding your own content to AI. So right now we discussed about ChatGPT, but with ChatGPT, you will notice you are always required to write very long prompts. So another tool which is very useful is Grammarly. So that is our exercise 3. It does not require you to create an account sometimes, but you can just go to grammarly.com and you can click on the paraphrasing tool. You would be able to open a window like this, which says free paraphrasing tool, and you can write or paste any of the text here, and it will give you the paraphrase text. So let's try the same text from our exercise 1. So I'm using this particular text and I copy pasted it here. And try to see the difference between ChatGPT and Grammarly. In ChatGPT, when you pasted something, you have to write a prompt. You have to tell AI what to do. But Grammarly, there are some buttons or some kind of functions already developed for you. So you can just click on the paraphrase and it will say, I started paraphrasing your text. And it automatically created like a paraphrase text for this particular, like the starting text. But similar to ChatGPT, like it is the Grammarly is not just for paraphrasing. If you have an account for Grammarly, either you have a either free account or a pro account. Like right now I'm using the pro, but if you have a free account, you can also open the grammarly.com and you can see whenever you type anything, the paraphraser, like there are different functions on the side. If you look at the paraphraser, particular paraphraser tool, it will also give you the option of changing the writing style. So in ChatGPT, you have to write in terms of the command. Here it is more in terms of like functions or just button clicks. So you can say, oh, I would like to change this writing style to more academic. So you can click on academic and it will automatically show you what it did for you. So for example, it says it clarifies stakeholder position and unified terminology. So it will show you a different version of writing it in academic. You can say I want to write it in more professional way. So it will show you the differences or how it is changing one particular if sentence, like a starting sentence, to a different way of like the writing style will be changed according to your need. So that's the difference between ChatGPT and Grammarly. So if we go into back to our exercise, we want to do like a small comparison. So you have tried both the tool. So let's say you tried first the ChatGPT and then you started with the Grammarly. So, which one do you think was faster, or which one gave you more control, or which felt more natural to you? So, these type of questions, which I would suggest that you should think more about it, and then based on this, you can decide whether you should be using Grammarly or ChatGPT for your paraphrasing and editing tools. So the only difference between these two is it is more like with buttons you can easily do things, but with ChatGPT you can clearly define all the instructions. But Grammarly also has a set of AI tool, like it has a AI chat, and similar to ChatGPT, you can also write whatever you would like to do with the Grammarly. So Grammarly does provide all that options, but do remember this, if this is a free account, then you have only 100 AI chats available in a month, and all of the advanced features like AI detection or the plagiarism check, all these advanced features, they are not available without the premium account. So with ChatGPT, even with the free account, there are many things which you would can easily do. But with Grammarly, there are few activities or few of the functions which you can do with the free account. But if you want to do the advanced like AI detector or humanizer, those type of features are only available in the premium account. So both of these tools have some type of either advantage or disadvantage, and you can weigh down which one do you like for editing a paper. Lastly, for Grammarly, I would like to show you the AI detection tool. I think that has been the topic for this whole conversation and this whole meeting, that can AI detect AI? And this is a very interesting finding, that even you will notice that if I just copy paste it from ChatGPT and I ask ChatGPT also to write it in a humane form, sometimes AI detection tool will also miss those things. So we can start with it. We can go to the AI detector, Grammarly AI detector, and we can just copy paste the same. We can copy paste one of the paraphrase sentences from ChatGPT. You can also use this copy response button here, and we can just paste it, and we can see is it able to detect it for AI or not. So it definitely says this is 100% AI text. But the problem with these tools are, even at some time, if you are writing very beautifully or you are not making any punctuation error, no subject verb agreement error, even your own writing, sometime it will detect as AI. So these AI tools or AI detector, they also have some flaws in them. So we have to be mindful of them, how we are using it. But the idea for this AI detector tool in Grammarly is, what it can do is it can detect AI, but it also has an option of convert doing humanizer. So humanizer, what it does, it converts your AI text into something written by a human, and it will do it by using like a voice to it. So if you say, I want to write it something like a scholar would write, like formal, precise, and objective, it will convert your same text to something like a scholar will write. Like if you read it carefully, it will look like, yes, this is something where how we write in India. Like in recent year, interdisciplinary research has gained prominence within academic institution across India. So you will notice the how the language or the tone has is changed, and to see whether it looks more human or uh, but what we can do is we can also copy this, and we can go back to the AI detector, and we can also see what will happen if I just copy the other, like the humanized version of the AI of the tool. So that's something which we can do, and we can see what happens. Okay, so overall, that was all from my side for hands-on generative AI for editing and paraphrasing. In this handouts which I distributed, you can easily follow some of these things or tasks which we learned today. For example, you can use ChatGPT to proofread your paper draft, or if you want to have any emails or anything. And you can also, there are some prompt which I thought would be worth saving, that whenever you are doing some editing or paraphrasing, that's the way we should be writing the instruction to ChatGPT. And there are some list of resources which you can use in order to access all these tools. Uh, uh, that's all from my end. And to summarize, today we discussed about first introduction to Gen AI. Then we did the 4 different exercises, where first 2 were with ChatGPT and the last 2 were with Grammarly. So thank you everyone for being an amazing audience, and I really love all the questions and all the interesting discussion we had today. If you have any questions, I would be happy to answer. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Namrata ma'am, for such a brainstorming session, and insightful discussions. Your inputs were really very helpful, and the forum is open for question and answers. If anyone has any doubt, they can ask. Already, ma'am has answered many questions which were asked in between the sessions also.
Yes, I saw there was one question in the chat. So thank you for asking, Tarun, like for the PDF of the exercises. I created a tiny URL so you can always go to this website and you would be able to access all the exercises and all the resources directly. You would be able to log into like a Google Doc. So it only requires you to log into a Google account and you should be able to directly access it.
Yeah, ma'am, if you can kindly share your email ID also with the participants. So if anyone has any doubt, they can contact you.
Yes, sure. I added the email in the chat.
Yes, ma'am. Please add in the chat box.
So I think it depends on different universities and organization. Like in the US, we do use ChatGPT or AI tools a lot, and we use it even for paraphrasing for our academic publications. It is just been asked from us to declare on our end that if you are using any AI tool for paraphrasing or Grammarly, but for most of our conferences or journals, they say if you're using for grammar or paraphrasing, it is allowed. But for any other generating AI content, we need to declare. So yes, it depends on from universities to university. So I would definitely suggest before good using ChatGPT, we should also consult your own institute, your own guidelines, like institutional guidelines, in order to confirm whether you are allowed to use ChatGPT or any AI tools for editing or paraphrasing.
Yeah, ma'am. Thanks so much for the clarification. Indeed, it was very helpful for everyone because everyone is facing the same issue these days, like how to actually use the AI tools to get maximum benefit out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Even in chat box also many people have written thanks to you. It was such informative session. So ma'am, it was really nice interacting with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. And the next session will continue at the same time today from 2 to 3. So all the offline and online participants are requested to kindly join at 1:50 p.m. both in the online and in the offline route. For AUR participants, faculties and research scholars, it would be in the offline mode. So we will again reassemble here at the moot court. And for the online participants, the session will start at 2 p.m. So we'll again get logged in at 1:50 p.m.
Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much once again.
Okay. Okay. Bye.
Good afternoon, everyone. I, Dr. Ravneet, once again welcome you all to this session 2 of this day. Along with my co-organizers, Dr. Surya Pratap Singh and Dr. Arpit Srivastav, I'm delighted to have you all with us. This FDP is being organized by the Amity Institute of Biotechnology in association with AIU, AUR, AATC, Association of Indian Universities, Amity University, Rajasthan, Academic and Administrative Development Center. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to Professor Dr. Vinay Sharma Sir, Director, Amity Institute of Biotechnology and Dean Research, Amity University, Rajasthan, for his visionary leadership, continuous encouragement, and invaluable guidance since the inception of this FTP. We are privileged to have with us our guest speaker, Professor Dr. Sumit Narula, and I also extend a warm welcome to him for today's session.
Thank you.
Our director, Vinay Sharma sir, has also joined us in the virtual mode. Sir is also online. We sincerely acknowledge the support of AIU, AUR, AATC for facilitation. We are delighted to have participants from across the globe. Around 400 participants have joined us in making this FDP a vibrant and engaging academic platform. We are also privileged to have esteemed national and international speakers whose insights continue to enrich this program. Over the past 2 days, we have explored key aspects of research writing, publication ethics, EI integration, emerging trends, and many more, laying a strong foundation for today's advanced sessions. Today's morning session was also focused on exploring the practical applications of AI in research and publication. So we now move to our current session on plagiarism scanning, Turnitin Authenticate, Risk Assessment by our guest speaker, Professor Sumit Narula sir. Before inviting the sir, I would like to briefly introduce him. Sir is currently the Dean, Time School of Media, Bennett University, Greater Noida. He holds a PhD in Electronic Media and Conflict Resolution from Punjab University, Chandigarh, and has previously served as the director and head of the institution at the Amity School of Communication, Amity University, Gurugram. Prior to this, he was the Deputy Dean, Research, Publications and Citations at Amity University, Madhya Pradesh. He also holds 2 master's degree and 2 postgraduate diplomas and has also authored and edited multiple books in the field of mass communication and journalism. An appreciated name in academic publishing, Sir is the founding editor-in-chief of the Scopus Indexed Q2 Journal of Content, Community and Communication, which holds a site score of 3.4. His book, Environmental Awareness and the Role of Social Media, published by IGI Global USA, is indexed in Clarivate's Web of Science Book Citation Index. Sir is widely recognized for his pioneering work in promoting academic integrity and ethical publishing. He has conducted over 1,000 workshops on identifying fake, cloned, and predatory journals, and has also collaborated with global academic platforms and publishers such as Taylor's University Malaysia, Emerald Publishing Elsevier, Turnitin, Crossref, Sebils. He also currently serves as the honorary brand ambassador for Emerald Publishing South Asia and as a voluntary ambassador for cross-reference. Sir has also presented his research in several countries, including Malaysia, United Kingdom, United Arab Emirates, Slovenia, Nepal, Singapore, and Netherlands. His core area
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So, thank you, Vinay sir, for joining personally. It's nice to see you, sir. Same here.
We look forward to your lecture.
Same here. Thank you. We are running short of time also because 3:30 we have a meeting too.
Sure.
Thank you for this introduction. I am an ex-Amity, so Amity doesn't require my introduction. So I've spent around 15 years at Amity at various campuses. So it's always good to be back at Amity for teaching, which is my core and research. So I'm sharing my screen, and the discussion point for today is assessment, plagiarism, threat of you can say publishing a research paper and then getting it checked through various softwares, and then we can have other questions also. So I'll just share my screen and
Yes,
we'll
sir.
start with we'll start with some of the activities. So I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Right. So I was browsing through the guidelines of the government. So I have the guidelines of the government. So I'll just zooming it out for you. These are the academic integrity guideline on a gazetted notification by the government of India. It got released on 23rd July 2018. And in this guidelines, they have specifically told us about how to manage the plagiarism, and if it happens, what to do, how to save ourselves and the researchers from plagiarism, and what kind of activities a university or a department should do if there is plagiarism or if they want to save themselves from the plagiarism. Now, the point is that they are not taken literally, and a lack of non seriousness is there, and there are no lectures on them. There on the guidelines, there is no teaching on these guidelines, and lack of awareness amongst the faculties and research scholars are making it a big problem. So I'll just go through and browse through some of the guidelines, and then I will show you the live examples also of the work that we are doing here and the work that we did in MIT University to make MIT and the university in which I'm working free of this plagiarism bans. So this is the guideline, and here are the points that they have made, that how you can curb the plagiarism various at various institution levels. And then this is very important: similarity checks for exclusion from plagiarism. So it is very, very important for us to understand that there are some of the exclusions also, which are already being given by the gazetted notification, where the exclusions are written. The first is all quoted work reproduced with all necessary permission and attribution is excluded. All references, bibliography, table of content, preface, and acknowledgements are excluded. All generic terms, laws, standard symbols, and standard equations are exempted. And then it is written: the research work carried out by student, faculty, researcher, and staff shall be based on original ideas, which shall include abstract, summary, hypothesis, observations, results, conclusions, and recommendations only, and shall not have any similarities. It shall exclude a common knowledge or coincidental terms up to 14 consecutive words. So up till 14 consecutive words you can write, but after that it will come under the category of plagiarism. And then they have written that if it is 0%, no penalty. If the similarities are 10 to 40%, then level 2, then level 3, and level 4. Right? So then there are these committees: DAIP, IAIP, and these are the penalties. It is for both teachers as well as for the research scholars. Whosoever do the plagiarism will be given these penalties. There is no loss of job, but yes, there is loss of reputation. Plus, these are the penalties. The first one is if it is 10 to 40, such students shall be asked to submit a revised script within a stipulated time period not exceeding 6 months. If any student is get caught, if the student is above 40 to 60, such students shall be debarred from submitting a revised script for a period of 1 year. If it is above 60, such student registration of that program shall be cancelled. Now, if even the degree has been obtained and the plagiarism is proved on a day later than the date of the award of degree or credit, as they may be, his or degree shall be put in abeyance for a period recommended by IAIP and approved by the head of institution. Now, academic research publication. If you publish a research paper with this, so if it is level 1, you will be asked to withdraw manuscript. So there will be no retraction. You yourself will withdraw the manuscript. I'll share the details of retractions also. If it is more than or it is between 40 to 60, shall be asked to withdraw. ये तो withdraw होगा ही होगा. Shall be denied a right to one annual increment and shall not be allowed to supervise any master's, MPhil or PhD student for a period of 2 years. If it is more than 60, again, shall we ask, withdraw to karna hi padega manuscript? Shall we denied a right to 2 consecutive successive annual increments? And then for a period of 3 years, he or she will not be able to guide the students. And then again, agar you have taken the credit, your degree can be put in abeyance, and then it's like that. But then on plagiarism, on penalty on repeated plagiarism, and then removal of difficulty and all. So these are the basic 10-11 page guidelines being provided by Government of India, which almost most of the university in India are implementing. But the point of concern is that it has not been taught. It has not been taught anywhere how to write a research paper and how to save ourselves from the menace of plagiarism. Usually, most of the students which we got in our research and wherever we go for teaching, we see them, they are going into chat GPT or cut, copying and pasting. Chat GPT is taking us to brain road, because once the internet is gone, you will not be able to write even a single line, because we are so much engrossed from giving them the prompts and taking out the data from their prompts. And we do not check that, because chat GPT and other software, they hallucinate research. They hallucinate references also. That is why there is a problem of tortured phrases also. So I'll show you a couple of live examples. There are no slides. आप bore नहीं होंगे. Everything is live and fact checked and verified, and I expect more and more questions. So if anybody has any question in between also, you are free to ask any question related to research ethics and all, because that's my core area in research, and that was my core area when I was with the MIT, and that is also again my core area when I'm here with the Bennett University. At Bennett University, we started a center on forensic scientometric. Under that center, we take hands-on training workshops all over India into the area of research ethics, plagiarism, and related issues. I have recently got a Swayam MOOC from IIM Bangalore on research and publication ethics, slated to be released in July. So the month of April and May, we are recording for 600 minutes. We have to record the full program end to end, and then it will be released on Swayam in July for the students to enroll and attend that. We'll come back to that. I'll share you that how we gonna do it. So let me show you. Anybody any question? Any point in between? Any discussion point? Okay, Vaibhav is asking to share this document. Okay, Vaibhav, I am putting this link in the chat box for everybody, and it's there now in the chat box. You can download it from there. So Vaibhav is written in the chat box. Now, anybody, any point at the time? Any point you would like to see on that? Because this is a very, very important document for everybody working in academics or into the research arena, the policy of the Government of India on academic integrity. It is released in 2018. Now it's been 8 years. Let's see if something new comes up. But it is very, very good and very, very, you can say, useful at certain places wherever we get a case on that. And who the journals. Now, how journals looks after the plagiarism, they will go into the COPE guidelines. So all the journals will go for COPE guidelines. ये इनकी बाइबल है. सारे journals COPE को sign करते ही करते हैं. Signing is free. Why do that? Like if there is a conflict between whether it is plagiarized or not, where will you go? There is no court available. कोई इसका कोर्ट नहीं है. But COPE gives you the guidelines. उन guidelines के हिसाब से फिर आप उसका पूरा procedure करते हैं. So you can see if I click here on plagiarism, 160 results इनके पास plagiarism के पड़े हैं, जिनको इन्होंने solve किया है with the data. Now, how do I teach research publication ethics in my university to all the research scholars? So what I do, I give them the case studies. All these are cases, right? They solve it, they read it, and then we discuss it. So they feel engrossed. I do not give them any slides. No slides will be there for you also. Slides ki zarurat nahi hai because they are static. This is real time. So as soon as a new case comes, a new thing come, it will be updated here in the COPE guidelines, which has to be followed by all the world-class journals. So I'll put that link again in the chat box for you. Here it is. Now, anybody, any point, any question? You can simply, there may be 120 people online, so you can switchly, I think you can unmute or not. I don't know the rights, whether you can unmute or not, but if you can raise your hands or any question or any point, I will show you some more data because I also need some questions if there are. Ma'am, if there is any question from anybody.
Anyone has any question?
So any raised hands or anything like that? And then you can submit your case also.
Please continue. I'm tracking the questions and I'll.
Right. So you can submit your own case also. अगर आपके पास कोई अपना case है, आप जानकारी लेना चाह रहे हैं, so you can submit your own case also here. That's this is the thing, and then you can see related topics are also there. Plagiarism in 2024, this is discussed. Text recycling is there. So if we click here on plagiarism in 2024, so some of the discussion points are there, some of the introduction points are there. That क्या situation क्या है 2024 में? Because of the AI or generative AI, the cases of plagiarism are leading us to tortured phrases. So let me show you what a torture phrase or वो क्या चीज क्या होती है. What is that problem? I'm opening that folder. This is a new problem which has come to India, and at the moment we are not suffering much from it, but engineering and sciences has started suffering, and this is leading to a lot of retractions also. So if you look at this, I'm zooming it for you. On the left hand side are the words made by the computer. On the right hand side are the genuine words. When you put your research paper into Quillbot or Spinbot or into any other software for paraphrasing, it will change the correct word into a tortured phrase, which is on the left hand side. The tortured phrase means that it is not the synonym of the word. You can use the synonym, but these are not the synonyms. These are hallucinations of the original word. So there is a good research which is going on in France on that, and many Indians are getting caught into Quillbot or Spinbot of the work that we are doing because of the lack of knowledge. It's not that we are born to do academic corruption or we really are interested and excited for academic corruption. It's that lack of awareness. People do not know how to write a good research paper with skillful softwares in the writing. I'll show you that also. I write a full para in the second half, and we'll let you know that how to go about it. So where is that screen? Just a second. Here it is. So on the right hand side, you can see deep neural network. Just a second. I got to call to just a second. So on the right hand side is the original word which is saying deep neural network, which has been changed into profound neural organization. You getting my point? So the person who has published its paper with profound neural organization has a database with the person who is checking them on the basis of torture phrases. So he has a software. In that software, he will put a paper and the MRI, जैसे MRI में cancer सामने आ जाता है, so your paper will be highlighted wherever you have used the tortured phrases. Then the process would be that paper, the highlighted paper, will be sent again to the editor-in-chief, that your journal has published this paper with tortured phrases. That means a Spinboard or a Quillboard or a paraphraser software has been used. Please get it checked. The editor-in-chief will send you the email, and then you will have no reply to that. And at the end of the day, there will be retraction. It will take time, 6 months, 1 year, but there will be retraction. India is leading. I think we are at number 2, not leading. China is leading. We are at number 2 in retractions. And because of that, because of the lack of understanding, lack of awareness, lack of knowledge among all the Indians, it's not that it's not there in our university. It's not there in IIT. It's not there in MIT. But the point is that there is no discussion on that. We are just running after numbers. So our university, your university, other universities are publishing recklessly large number of papers in Scopus databases, but nobody is reading them. Nobody is citing them. Our H index is below par. Out of top 10, I will show you the numbers. We are the number 3 publisher in the world in Scopus. But if we go by the H index, we are at number 15. Visibility is lower 20. You might have 300 participating universities in QS, but not anyone is in top 500 except IITs. So you are. Your word, sir.
A small
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
To this. Is the software available in public domain now?
No, at this moment he has not released it. He is working on its own, but I am in touch with it. I am in touch with him. I can arrange it for you, so we can have a full workshop on that.
Absolutely, that would be
showing you that how he does his work, because we are connected. We are working as a researchers, and I myself connected with him and understood that how he's working. And very soon it will be in public domain, because these kind of people are also at risk, because nobody will like this kind of work. I catch a fake predatory or clone journal, I also get threats.
And is
before
it
this
with the publishers also? No, I don't think it's available with the
at the moment. At the moment, it's not with the journals also.
Okay.
But the journals are accepting his work and issuing retractions on the basis of his catching the papers.
Okay.
India keep on denying, but the publishers are not. We might say that our कोई इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम वाला सॉफ्टवेयर अच्छा है, या हम अपना कुछ बना लेंगे, वो हम कह सकते हैं. लेकिन यूरोपियन कंट्रीज जो हमसे बेटर हैं एजुकेशन R&D में, दे आर रेडी टू अडेप्ट द न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी. जितनी जल्दी आती है उससे जल्दी वो उसको अडॉप्ट कर लेते हैं. हमारे इस पर बहस ही चलती रहेगी. कोई ना कोई इसे शायद इंडिया में सिनोनिम ही प्रूव कर दे. वो ये कहे कि ये टॉर्चर फेज ही नहीं है, ये तो सिनोनिम है जी. तो इंडिया में
yes, sir. Because that's what you told very correct. Because the other day I was in a meeting chaired by UGC secretary, online meeting, where they've called the researchers from different universities, and then they have given full liberty that you can go for indexing by your level, by your university. Scopus, Web of Science is not necessary, and UGC will not release any UGC care list further. So they are not going to come out with any UGC care list now at all. And they have given full liberty that you take your file the way you like, and there is nothing from our side.
वो देखिए, इस तरह की जहां एथिकल आ जाता है ना, एथिक्स की एजेंसी इंडिया नहीं चला सकता. क्योंकि क्या होता है कि जो इस तरह की पोजीशन है वो सारी पॉलिटिकल हो चुकी हैं. फिर पॉलिटिकल में आप एथिकल नहीं रह सकते. सो ये जो जब हमारी यूसी केयर की डेथ हुई फरवरी 2025 में, यूसी केयर की जब डेथ हुई, वो इसीलिए डेथ हुई क्योंकि वो एथिकली काम कर नहीं सकती थी. इसीलिए स्कोपर्स, वेब ऑफ साइंस, एल्सेवियर सारे इतने खुश हैं प्राइवेट एजेंसीज वाले कि अब आपकी ऑनेस्टी हम बताएंगे. मतलब यूरोप का कोई जर्नल है जो बताएगा कि सुमिनोला ऑनेस्ट है कि नहीं जो इंडिया में काम कर रहा है, क्योंकि इंडिया की अपनी कोई एजेंसी नहीं है. जो एक एजेंसी थी वो चली, फिर उसकी डेथ होगी. यूजीसी क्यों नहीं वो एजेंसी चला पा रहा? बिकॉज यूजीसी विल बी अंडर ट्रेमेंडस प्रेशर टू से कि ये जर्नल सही है जबकि वो जर्नल गलत है. तो उन्होंने कहा कि अपन एजेंसी बंद कर देते हैं. नहीं तो बहुत अच्छी बात थी. यूजीसी केयर कुड हैव कॉम्पीटेड विद एल्सेवियर, वेब ऑफ साइंस, एबीडीसी, सीएबीएस. हर एक कंट्री की अपनी एक एजेंसी है. मैं आपको वो भी दिखाता हूं जो कि उनको कम्पीट करती है. इंडिया इतना बड़ा देश है, इंडिया एक एजेंसी नहीं चला पाया. तो विश्व गुरु का सपना तो मेरे ख्याल से 3000 तक, अभी 2047 का जब हम 3000 में पहुंच जाएंगे तभी भी नहीं पूरा होगा, बिकॉज विश्व गुरु आप R&D के बिना नहीं बन सकते। एंड जेन्युइन R&D करने के लिए आपको बहुत ज्यादा एथिकल काम करना पड़ेगा। देखिए चाइना बिल्कुल अब सजाए मौत देने वाला है धीरे धीरे। चाइना ने बहुत फ्रॉड किया है रिसर्च में हर जगह। अब इतनी नाक कट गई है कि वो इतना स्ट्रिक्ट हो गया है कि एक किसी का भी पेपर पकड़ा जाता है, they try to destroy that thing. So everybody is understanding except our country that it is very very important to have strict regime related to research and development to become a Vishwa Guru. If you want to stay as a mediocre country in research and academics, we are there. Mediocre तो हम हैं ही हैं, वो तो हम पहुंच ही गए हैं. We have arrived that we are a mediocre country where Southeast Asia में हम compete कर सकते हैं, लेकिन हम सिंगापुर और मलेशिया को compete नहीं कर सकते. छोटे से दिल्ली जितनी आबादी है उनकी, सिंगापुर मलेशिया की और उसकी, लेकिन उनका कई जगहों पर हमसे ज्यादा अच्छा नाम है रिसर्च एंड ऑल.
But the irony is that UGC on volunteer is saying that we don't bother about any kind of journal. Wherever you publish, you decide your own policy. There could be regional groups also. There's several universities have come together in particular region, for example, Northeast, etc. And based on their linguistic preferences, they can come out with.
हाँ, तो देखिए UGC ने
the irony is that the NAC is again their body only, autonomous body, of course.
ये सब इकट्ठे नहीं बैठते सर.
देखिए NRF carrying out the mandate of
NAC, NIRF, UGC, NBA कभी इकट्ठे नहीं बैठते. अब ये जो हायर एजुकेशन कमीशन आया है, अब ये एक छत के नीचे बैठेंगे तो काम हो पाएगा. सब अपने विम्स एंड फैंसीज पे काम करते हैं. NIRF का डिफरेंट है, NAC का डिफरेंट है, UC केयर का डिफरेंट है, और इसीलिए तो जो बाकी कंट्रीज हैं they are doing better from us in research and space में बहुत अच्छे हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. डिफेंस में हम अच्छे हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. लेकिन सोशल साइंसेज और अदर रिलेटेड एजुकेशन सिस्टम को लेके आप NAP का 4th ईयर देखिए, इट इज ऑल अबाउट रिसर्च. और रिसर्च को कह रहे हैं आप खत्म कर दो, तो 4th ईयर कौन करेगा? NAP का 4th ईयर इज ऑल अबाउट रिसर्च. तभी आप PhD में डायरेक्ट जा पाओगे. तो आपके पास रिसर्च का ना एक्यूमेन है, ना रिसर्च का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, तो NAP 4th ईयर कैसे चलेगा? So we are ready to run the 4th year and people are running it, but how will we teach them research when there is no acumen ahead for that research?
Absolutely, that is one point. And moreover, the second point is that if somebody is doing PhD after 4 years of undergraduate program, the question is that whether one is eligible for lecturership. If one is not, then what is the use? So UGC has come out with that change also. You are muted, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah. UGC keeps on changing the rules on their own. But the point you are making is that we have to abide by them also. So coming back to the tortured phrases, so you can see, sir, on the left hand side, high performance computing is changed to elite figuring. So the reviewer also is unable to catch it. The editor is also unable to catch it. But the paper is published and then there will be detraction because of the usage of the tortured phrases in the paper. So it is very, very important for everybody who's listening to me. Be careful from the softwares of paraphrasing and reparaphrasing, Quillbot, Spinbot and all. They are not giving you any help. Rather, you are getting into the trap of your paper being retracted at a later stage. So be very, very careful. Specifically the engineering and the management people. It has not penetrated into the arts at the moment, but eventually it will reach to the arts and social sciences also, the tortured phrases. So this was the first point. The second was the UGC guidelines 2018. And third, I will show you through Mendeley that how do we write a research paper and how we can save ourselves from the plagiarism. This will be again a hands-on training practices. Meanwhile, in the chat box, I can see Tanu has written. So there is a question from Tanu. I need to ask this question related to the cloned journal. I recently found one journal that is having 2 sites. One where the information of the journal is given, and other. Yeah, cloned journal is cloned and predatory both are there. There are 2 categories of fraud journals. So can you just send me the link of that journal so I can just do the hands-on from that link only. Otherwise, I have my own resources also to show you. So Tanu, if you can send me that link, would be of great help. So we will discuss the clone journals also and the predatory journals also. Now let me just give you the demo of the Mendeley, that how we can do the Mendeley and the Microsoft Word together, and then we can write. So I'm going to my Mendeley account. So this is my Mendeley account, and you can see there are 6 papers at that moment. All these are my own paper, so I have just added them into my Mendeley library. Mendeley is a free software. You can use it and you can make your account, and it is a very, very important software for reference management. It is being developed by the Elsevier. So I have 6 paper. How do you add it? You can go to uh, add references here, and you can see select file, import folders, import library, and you can do everything. Now, how to write and how to do things. So I'm going to Microsoft Word. You need to have the updated Microsoft Word for that. So I'm opening it again, the blank file, and it is an updated Microsoft Word. And you can see on the right hand side, there are add-ins, editor, copilot, Grammarly. Grammarly is closed at the moment. You can use Grammarly, the free version, to correct the English sentences, is MR, punctuation and all. Please do not use Grammarly once you are writing a research paper. So this is my word. I click here on add-ins, and here it is. So I click here on Mendeley site. So I have the add-in, which is a free add-in, Mendeley site. So when I click here, Mendeley site will open on my right, and all the papers which I have shown you in my Mendeley account will be there on the right hand side in one screen into the Word, and as well as to the Mendeley. So I am here entering. I'm just entering. So it is there. So you can see on the right hand side now, all the 6 paper will be there, which I've already added into my library. I don't want to tour this. So here it is. So you can see all the 6 paper are there, which were there in my Mendeley. So now I have to write a research paper. And how do I write a research paper? I have read something from this paper. So I'm writing in my own language that the concept of UT A UT2 has progressed in a great manner. I'm just writing randomly in India. India is a great nation and need this need this kind of need to lead this in the coming time. So I have read it from this paper. I clicked it here. Go to citation settings. It is already APS 7th. You can change it also, but I am in APS 7th. References. And now insert one citation. The citation is already inserted. Babar et al. Full stop. Student. Now next is student satisfaction and academic efficacy plays a significant role in this. I'm just correcting the spelling. Efficacy. और delicacy आ गया, इसको हम change करके efficacy. I've read this line, written that in my own language from here. Second citation has been inserted. Next, the role of, या यहां से शुरू करते हैं, private universities a significant role in this. I have taken it from here. Right? Next. University student engagement inventory has to be robust and developed with all the stakeholders. Getting my point? 4. So 4 citations, in-text citations are there. You can correct the English here and then full stop. Now, where is the bibliography? You click here on 3 dots and click here on insert bibliography. They will ask you where to put the bibliography. You will say at the cursor. Cursor was here. So let's go to bibliography. Here it is. Can you see that? So the bibliography is automatically there. You keep on writing and the bibliography and the in-text citation will keep on. You have to give the in-text citation by clicking it and then the bibliography is there. This will save you from the plagiarism. Now the point is that what we do during my research classes, I give this assignment to all of my research scholars. They have to submit me one page, not one research paper, one page of writing in their own language with minimum 15 in-text citations to be matched by minimum 15 references. When you start writing everything with in-text citation, nobody can stop you from writing successful research paper. This is the main reason that we get the desk rejection, because we start writing without giving the in-text citation. Every line, wherever you do research, because let me tell you, you are not doing search, you are doing research. The word itself says that search has been done. You are doing research. So when you're doing research, you have to give the citations that from where you have taken the idea or from where you have read that idea. Only then it will be called a research. तो सर्च तो सब लोग कर ही लेंगे फिर. अब आप रिसर्च में हो तो आपको रिसर्च के हिसाब से चलना पड़ेगा. Now, anybody any question?
So there is a question in the chat box.
Definitely बहुत क्वेश्चंस आएंगे. अब थोड़ा सा उस पे चलते हैं.
Offline participants, any?
Offline participants, yes.
Any query, any questions? Research scholars, any queries related to publications?
And they must understand that it is very, very important for them to start writing like this.
Right.
A page every day. A page every day. With minimum 10 in-text citation. Then they will have the habit developed that they will be able to write with in-text citations. And then they will be saved from plagiarism. आपकी risk assessment minus में आ जाएगी. Because you're citing them properly. Okay, so no questions, no issues. So we have got the link of the cloned journal. We'll come back to that later. Let's go to a cloned journal. So this is a link, a cloned link or what? Ovid. So let's go to Ovid only. So नो ये किस चीज का लिंक है? ये जो है ये क्लोन जर्नल का है. सर इट इज नेसेसरी टू कीप सेम वर्ड्स इन
Miss Tanu, are you there? Tanu Gupta?
she's writing.
Yes.
Okay, there is one more link. अच्छा ये भी है. Okay, the name of the journal is this: Journal of Forensic Science and Medicine. It is a Walter Kluwer journal. Okay, so Walter Kluwer journal cloned नहीं होगा. And what is he writing? And the first link is this. So ovid.com. So let's see. अगर ovid.com, एक लिंक ये है हमारे पास. So हमारे पास दो लिंक हैं एक ही जर्नल के. पहला लिंक है ovid.com और दूसरा लिंक है हमारे पास जर्नल ट्रेंड LLM. लेकिन दोनों का जो ये है वो आपको वो दिखा रहा है, वॉल्टर क्लूवर्स का ही दिखा रहा है. सो इनका जो देखें हम ISN 24550094. देखिए दोनों का ISN नंबर अलग है. 23495014 ये है. अब इसमें स्पेलिंग चेक कर लेते हैं. जर्नल ऑफ फोरेंसिक साइंस एंड मेडिसिन, जर्नल ऑफ फोरेंसिक साइंस एंड मेडिसिन, नाम बिल्कुल सेम है बट ISN नंबर इनके अलग है. तो चेक कर लेते हैं. लेट्स चेक द ISN. विल कॉपी द ISN नंबर फ्रॉम हियर. और यहाँ पर दिया तो है, देखिए 24550094. ये तो रहा 245. वेबसाइट्स इसकी दो क्यों है ये देखना पड़ेगा बस. So we can check it through the ISN also, isn.org. इस पर पूरी दुनिया के ISN नंबर होते हैं. You can write down this link and यहां से हम इसको सर्च कर सकते हैं. यहाँ पर आपको ISN मिलता है. So let's go back and search for an ISN. ये रहा, ये उनका पोर्टल आ गया. यहाँ पे मैंने ISN नंबर डाला, सर्च पे डाल दिया. So one is print, one is online और confirmed record है इनका. एंड दोनों की कंट्री इंडिया है. एंड ये इसका URL होना चाहिए. ये देखिए ये वाला URL है जो कि इसका सही है. ये वाला नहीं, ये वाला. सो दिस इज अ काइंड ऑफ ए, यू कैन से, अब ये देखना पड़ेगा ये क्लोन्ड है कि नहीं, बट हमें ये पता तो चल रहा है कि ओरिजिनल ये है, ये क्लोन्ड है. अब देखते हैं कि स्कोपस और वेब ऑफ साइंस में कौन सा है. सो लेट्स गो टू स्कोपस. और स्कोपस में वाया ISN ढूंढते हैं इसे. ISN फाइंड सोर्सेस. ये रहा कंटेंट कवरेज 12 डॉक्यूमेंट्स, व्यू एट पब्लिशर. तो ये कहाँ लेके आता है? तो ये वही लेके आ रहा है journals.lww.com, यानी ये वाला. और ये उसका क्लोन्ड जर्नल है. वो बहुत अच्छे से, बहुत सफाई से इन्होंने इसको बनाया है क्योंकि ओरिजिनल लिंक ये वाला है. एक जगह और से वेरीफाई कर सकते हैं, SJR. It is also a free source. All the Scopus Index journals data is there and it is not real time, it is annual. हर साल मार्च में ये अपडेट होता है. अब तो अप्रैल आ गया है, तो अभी अप्रैल में देखिए लास्ट में कहाँ तक है. अभी मार्च 2025 का ये अपडेट नहीं हुआ है, ये अपडेट होने वाला होगा. सो यहाँ पर भी हम इसका डालते हैं ISN नंबर. सर्च किया, वही जर्नल निकल के आया जो उसका नाम है. और ये देखिए होम पेज है, यहाँ से भी एक लिंक मिलता है. देखते हैं ये लिंक हमें कहाँ लेकर चलता है. वी क्लिक हियर ऑन द होम एंड इट हैज अगेन टेकन अस टू www.lw. सो जो असली है, जो फ्रॉड है वो ये है. दिस इज अ फ्रॉड लिंक ऑफ द ओरिजिनल जर्नल. Right. Anybody was asking anything? Please. I've checked through 3 sources, through Scopus. I've checked through iscent.com, and I've checked through the SGR. One more is through the MJL, that is the Web of Science. पर Web of Science में इंडेक्स होना चाहिए. तो Web of Science में डालकर देख लेते हैं. सर्च जर्नल. Web of Science में ये जर्नल इंडेक्स्ड ही नहीं है, सो कोई इसमें हम चेक कर नहीं सकते. Now anybody any question? मैं एक बार स्क्रीन स्टॉप करके yes.
Anyone has
दो
any
तीन
question?
दो चार चीजें मैंने 2-4-5 चीजें मैंने आपको बताई. एक तो हाउ टू राइट अ गुड पेपर विद द हेल्प ऑफ द मेंडले सॉफ्टवेयर, where you must have around 50 papers beforehand, and then you start writing and do the in-text citation and manage the reference management softwares with the APS 7th or as per your IEEE or MLA 9th or whatever is this. The second are the guidelines of the Government of India related to academic integrity and plagiarism. The third, we discuss the UGC care, which is not there now because the universities have to manage on their own the quality and everything. And the fourth is the problem of the cloned journals. So if anybody has any question.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. It was very informative. Like this thing, we can visit different sites to find out the authenticity. It was very helpful. It was very helpful. Anyone has any queries? Any like sir is solving the practical problems which we all are facing, and whenever we are stuck, that time we really don't understand where to find out and what is the we can't differentiate between what is right and what is wrong.
Right.
Authentic and which is not. So sir is actually giving a very our director Vinay Sharma sir has also
Yes, Vinay sir. Me and Vinay sir talk a lot on these issues. So
Absolutely.
our ideas also matched, and we always wanted to do this thing with the faculties, and we should tell them that this is the problem and how you can save yourself. So somebody is asking for my email ID. I'm giving my email ID and mobile number also, but I do not take unknown numbers. And please message me before you contact me. I'm active on LinkedIn, WhatsApp, and at various other platforms, and try to help as many research scholars as I can. And do not send the missed calls for verification. So as it is the genuine number. Genuine number. So I put that in the chat box, my email ID and the mobile number also.
Yes, sir, there is one
Yeah.
question also in the chat box. Being in the field of law, how can we give any graphics or some kind of empirical study to the journal, as there are many journals who ask for this?
They will ask you that who has made that graphic. Do not use the notebook LLM for graphics. If you use the notebook LLM for graphics, please give the AI statement that AI has been used, but the ideas, the thoughts, and the data was yours. But we do that, we make the diagrams on our own from the Microsoft Word. There are tools that, and then it is written, made by the author, below the formative or the diagram. So made by the author will save you from further scrutiny. But if you take it from Notebook LLM or Chat GPT or from where, then you have to give the generative AI statement consent nowadays, that you have consented to use the generative AI, and then sometimes it is being approved and sometimes they don't approve the usage of the AI. It's like that.
Somebody had a question regarding Grammarly also.
Yeah. So Grammarly, I am telling you, use the basic thing, because we are not born in a foreign country. We are Indians and we think and progress in our mother tongue, and then we translate and then we speak. I also first translate and then speak, and that is why our English is not that fluent, because we are not born in an English country. So Grammarly is used to write good mails, so that if you're writing a cover letter to a journal and if your cover letter has full mistakes, he will never ever appreciate and approve your research. He will say that you have got it written from somewhere else through the software. So always write good English in your emails and good English in your discussions with the editor-in-chief or in your cover letter, and use Grammarly for that. The basic and the non-paid versions. As soon as you buy the Paid versions, it will change the words, it will change your thought process, and it will lead you to torture phrases, because that way the software will only do the paraphrasing of that. He will not be able to write on your behalf, but he will take the data from the internet, rephrase it, and then send it to you.
Right, sir.
So it is very, very important for us to understand that then the brain rot will happen. That once the internet is not there, you will not be able to write a single page, and you are in job of writing. So in academia, if you're not able to write, you cannot survive in academics. Nowadays, it is happening that most of the faculties are using online tools to write. But once the tools will not be there, then it would be very, very difficult for survive. So it is very, very important that we must work on basics, and we should not give a leeway to a student that they can submit anything from ChatGPT. So they have to do the manual process of referencing, understanding of plagiarism, the problems, going to COPE guidelines, and giving them a case studies, and giving them an assignment with minimum 10 in text and 10 referencing citation to be done by all.
Sir, there is one more question which we
Yes,
have
ma'am.
received. There are multiple Mendeley softwares available on the web. Which one to choose?
There is only one Mendeley software. It has three things. One is Mendeley web browser, one is Mendeley importer on Mac. I'm sitting on Mac, and one is for the Windows. So you can use Mendeley web only, or you can use the Mac or the Windows app. And then the first thing you require is to have around 30 to 50 related papers to your research. Make a library and then start writing. If you do not have 30 to 50 paper, you will only be able to write the introduction, not the next level of that. To write a full paper in a definite manner, obviously data you will have your own, the other things you will have your own, but you need to have around 30 related papers, and then you start writing, and then people like us can help you, because if you have something with you, you can be helped. Sometimes people say, sir, we don't even know how to write it. Then there is no help, because then you go into the author selling cases or predatory journals or clone journals. Then it would be very, very tough for people like us to help you also. But if you know how to write and skillfully maneuvering through the writing process, the paper will be accepted. It will take time, because many people are asking about the turnaround time. World class journals will take 6 months to 1 year. Below below that is risky, and sometimes we are trapped by the predatory journals also, because they are publishing large number of papers quickly also.
Right, sir.
So our session was from 2 to 3, or how much time do we have? Because I have a meeting at 3.
Yeah, no issue, sir. The session was from 2 to 3 only, and then 15
Okay.
minutes were for question and answers only.
Yeah,
So-
we can have questions. We can have questions. So I don't know why there are no questions. Or maybe they know all this, or maybe they are just contemplating that this is also happening, and plagiarism is taking shape in India in many areas, and we're trying our level best to tell this to the people at the awareness workshops are there. But sometimes online also people don't get enticed by this idea until unless it's a full time or a physical kind of a workshop of training. That is also a concern.
Right, so but then you have really solved many queries which were being raised, and they were very practical, related to day-to-day activities whenever we are writing the research paper.
So I think ma'am lost connection. So there is a question. Let me read that question. When AI is being used in all the fields successfully, in which okay, ma'am, there is a question I'm reading on your
Yes.
behalf.
Yes,
When
sir.
when AI is being used in all the fields successfully, in which aspects is AI is permitted in academic writing? See, the art aspect of academic writing to explore your ideas, to give you an answer to a query that this problem can be solved like that, but the problem has to be solved by you. The research paper has to be written by you. The discussion has to be shown to all by you. AI in academic is approved up to the level of making the ideas clear, but you just cannot publish with all the details in the AI without you even doing anything. So AI hallucinates, AI will give you wrong information, AI will give you wrong citations. So, what do you think? There is a competition between Gemini, there is a competition between ChatGPT, there is a competition between Perplexity, there is a competition between Grok, and there is competition between other software. So, what they want their customers, you should not leave their page. So, till the time you're prompting them, they will keep on feeding you the data, even the data is not there. Because if you are not convinced with Gemini, you will go to Grok. If you're not convinced with Grok, you will come back to ChatGPT. How are they earning money? Because of the traffic. Please be very, very careful of this line. When something is free, then you are the product. So why are they giving you free services? Now ChatGPT is paid. Like Geo was free. Now everybody is taking 600 rupees a month to Geo. And it has become world's biggest कंपनी विद द कस्टमर. जीरो से शुरू किया था, सारे के सारे आज 600 रुपए दे रहे हैं. मैं नहीं गया उनके पास. आई वॉज विद द एयरटेल. आई एम इन द एयरटेल and I will continue to be in the Airtel. So I didn't go to Jio. I don't have a single number of Jio. मुझे पता था ये, because something is free. That now everybody is paying 600 rupees for that. So if Chat GPT, these softwares are helping you for free, why are they using you? They are using you for the data. They're using you your own data. So the point I'm trying to make, it is very, very important for us to understand that we keep on giving them the prompt, but it is stopping our brains to work. And that is why the new term brain rot has come. Because once there is no internet, we are unable to write even a single page. Why we are not against, or you can say we are not happy with that, because we have done our work manually. In 2007, when I started my PhD, I got in 11. So it was like, you have to do everything manually.
Right. So there is one more question.
Yeah,
in
definitely.
The chat box. How do we get 30 to 50 papers? Only abstract is available to download free.
Yeah, you can get a lot of things through the abstract also. Abstract से भी आपको काफी कुछ समझ आ जाएगा. Now for that 30-50 paper, you need to speak to your library. This is another problem in India, that whether you have access or not. So in private institutions, we spend a lot of money for the access, so we can do it. In government also, but in some of the institutions, there is no resources. So I'm not sure you are in which institution, Pradeep Vajpayee ji, but for that you need to take the help of the library. And if you are in an institution where it is not possible, then you have to see that any IIT or any other institution can give you that resource for the use, because 30-50 papers will be difficult for you to download. Abstracts are free. So Pradeep, you are in Amity University, Rajasthan. So Vinay Sharma sir को list भेजो आप. तो विनय सर, इसको प्रदीप जी को निकाल कर देने पड़ेंगे 30 से 50 पेपर. तो ये आपका अपना ही कोई फैकल्टी या रिसर्च स्कॉलर है, तो थोड़ी सी एक्सेस इशू रहते हैं, ऐसी बात नहीं है. सो विनय सर को आप लिंक्स भेज दो या उनका DOI भेज दो, तो सर हैव द एक्सेस एंड सर विल मेक इट हैपन. अगर आपको जयपुर से नहीं तो एमिटी के किसी और कैंपस से मिल जाएगा. एमिटी में एक्सेस की प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. हाँ, एमिटी में वेलकम की प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. एमिटी में एक्सेस की प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बट आप लिस्ट दे दो. पर ये नहीं है कि सारे ही मिल जाएंगे, लेकिन लिस्ट दोगे तो सर ढूंढ पाएंगे.
Right.
I think the takeaway from what you said, what you previously saying was that, and same thing I advise, that never put your unpublished data in public domain. Never use it.
ये भी आजकल ये भी चल रहा है. लोग आर्कआइव में डाल रहे हैं. वो आर्कआइव में उनके लिए अच्छा है जो फॉरेन में लोग काम कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज उनका डेटा वहां से चोरी नहीं होता. Our paper will be difficult to manage. Somebody will download it and publish it on their own.
There is no confidentiality clause also, because they will confidential, because they are not committed that they will not make it in public, because it's not reliable at all, because they are providing free service for the data only. So that is the point.
Yeah.
And the second thing is that it's the same thing, because if we start using AI for our thought process, then God bless us, because now, for instance, even calculators, for each and everything we are using calculators. Same thing is small letters, if it is to be drafted, we'll ask the AI to do it. So it's a big problem here. So it
बेसिक AI. अब जैसे मैप्स पे मैं कई बार घर जाता हूँ, लेकिन मैं दूसरी बार यूज नहीं करता, मैं रास्ता याद कर लेता हूँ. सो आपको अपने, अब मैं एमिटी जयपुर बैनेट से बिना मैप के आ सकता हूँ, राइट? मुझे मैप की जरूरत नहीं है, मुझे रास्ता पता है. सो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज दैट वी हैव स्टॉप्ड यूजिंग आवर ब्रेन्स. And because of that, these things are happening with us. So we have stopped using our brain, and we are not that functional also, that we don't know कि कहीं जाना कैसे है. So this is same thing, research. You are researching. You are not searching, you are researching. When the word re has come, you have to give the references and in-text management very, very carefully. Otherwise, somebody is there to catch you up. जितना आप ऊपर जाएंगे लाइफ में, उतना और आपके लिए फिर मुश्किल हो जाएगा. अगर मीडियोकर एक यू आर इन अ मीडियोकर लाइफ, इट इज फाइन दैट यू जितना भी कर लिया काफी है, लेकिन दैट्स नॉट द केस. वी नीड टू बी वेरी वेरी केयरफुल विद अवर पब्लिकेशंस एंड विद अवर राइटिंग स्किल्स. और ये एकदम से नहीं आएंगे. इट्स नॉट दैट कि कल सुबह से आप राइटर बन जाओगे या रिसर्चर बन जाओगे. धीरे धीरे विद परसिस्टेंस, धीमी आंच पे आपको पकना पड़ेगा. इसके लिए एकदम से इट्स नॉट अ 2 minute मैगी अफेयर वेयर यू विल गेट योर पेपर इन 2 minutes. एंड इफ इट इज इन 2 minutes, इट इज अ क्लोन्ड जर्नल 10,000%. It takes 6 months, around 1 year, to publish a very good research paper in a good journal, and then to sustain also. The next level is to get citations also. The next level is to get the visibility also. And the next level is to save the paper from retraction, that you are not using any wrong data in it also. If you do not have the raw data, it can be retracted at a later stage also. उस पर तो मैं भी आपको पढ़ा ही नहीं रहा. Retraction का तो और भी बहुत बुरा हाल होने वाला है इंडिया में. And I'm worried about our country is data, and which would be significantly very high in 2027 and 2028, the retractions. But nonetheless, we are safe, we are good. And thank you for Amity University, and once an Amity, always Amity, हम कहते हैं, so it's always there.
Right, sir. So some of our online participants, they still have queries. So anybody wants, some people, they were requesting to
if they can use it, they can use it. If they can raise their hands and can ask the questions, I have no problems.
Yeah. Anybody, Anjali Pala, you wanted to ask the question?
Yes, Anjali, go ahead. 5 minutes, leaving. रुक जाओ.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Actually, after that, this answer is covered. My question was that, yes, in India, it's a little bit questions and query with languages, and here English is not our mother tongue. I'm absolutely agree with you and your statement, but thing is that multiple time journals, they are asking for academic language while you submitting your papers, and meanwhile what most of the students and research scholars, they are trying to do, they don't know how to convert their entire paper into the academic language, and for that they are using several generative AI.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You have to read some good papers. I will send you my own papers. मैं अभी if I have that folder file, let me see. Here it is. So I'm sending everybody 6 of my papers in the chat box itself.
All right.
For everybody, it is there. You can download them. They are free papers on World Class Q1 Journal. So you can just see the skills that we have used for writing our research papers, and then you can also have that. The language is tough, simple, difficult. It's like that. दोनों तरीके की language हम उसमें use कर रहे हैं.
Yeah, but like in later part you already covered, like yes, this is not like a instant noodles. You have to give a time.
मतलब आप अगर आप मेरी अपनी जर्नी भी देखो, एक 2020 का पेपर है, फिर 24 का, फिर 23 का, फिर 25 का, तो अब नाउ वी वर्किंग ऑन 27. आई मीन 26 में 27 पर काम हो रहा है. 26 का हमारा हो चुका है. 26 में मुश्किल से 1 या 2 पेपर और आएंगे. अब सीधा 27 में आएंगे. सो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से, इट विल टेक टाइम. आज सोचेंगे तो कल नहीं होगा, ये परसों ही होगा. परसों सोचोगे तो फिर नेक्स्ट मंथ होगा. और एक इसमें और पॉइंट ये भी है, वी नीड टू हैव लाइक माइंडेड पीपल विद अस फ्रॉम डिफरेंट इंस्टीट्यूशंस. 5 एमआईटी के या 5 बेनेट के या 5 सिम्बायोसिस के इकट्ठे पेपर पब्लिश नहीं कर पाएंगे. 5 अलग अलग इंस्टीट्यूशंस के इकट्ठे पेपर पब्लिश कर सकते हैं. मैं बेनेट से, सर एमआईटी से, एक हमने सिम्बायोसिस से ले लिया, एक जयपुरिया से, जल्दी पेपर पब्लिश होने के चांसेस हैं. इस तरह की चीजें बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है इसमें. और सबसे जरूरी बात है स्टैटिस्टिकल एनालिसिस. बिना सॉफ्टवेयर के पेपर पब्लिश नहीं होंगे. या आप क्वालिटेटिव चले जाइए या क्वांटिटेटिव चले जाइए. क्वालिटेटिव में जाएंगे तो एनवीओ, excel.ti और वॉइड पर काम करना पड़ेगा. क्वांटिटेटिव में जाएंगे तो एसपीएसएस, स्मार्ट पीएलएस, अमॉस और आपको क्या नाम है इसका, एक और मेरे पास जमोवी वगैरह पर काम करना पड़ेगा. जब तक आप अपने सॉफ्टवेयर को, और थ्योरीज भी होनी चाहिए, जब तक आप अपने पेपर को थ्योरी पे बेस नहीं करते. जैसे मुझसे कोई पूछे कि आप अपनी लाइफ कैसे जी रहे हो, तो मैं बताता हूँ मैं अपनी लाइफ इस तरीके से जीना चाहता हूँ. तो कोई ना कोई थ्योरी होती है कि मैं ऐसा रहना चाहता हूं. तो अगर आपके पेपर में थ्योरी नहीं है तो आप उसको सब्सटेंशिएट नहीं कर सकते आर्गुमेंट को। तो 5-6 जो बेसिक चीजें होती हैं, सॉफ्टवेयर इंट्रोडक्शन, good reference management with in-text citation and with theory. Nobody can desk reject you. Yes, major revisions can be there. हमारी प्रॉब्लम क्या है, हमें बहुत ज्यादा डेस्क रिजेक्शन आ रही है, उसकी वजह से बहुत ज्यादा डेस्क रिजेक्शन, हम प्रीडेटरी, क्लोड और उस तरह के जर्नल्स में चले जाते हैं बिकॉज नोबडी इज टेलिंग अस हाउ टू पब्लिश। डेस्क रिजेक्शन आती है, हमारा मूड ऑफ हो जाता है, हमें कोई बता देता है कि लेट्स पब्लिश इन दिस जर्नल इन 2000 रुपीज, और वो क्लोन्ड होता है, प्रीडेटरी में वही खर्चा 40,000 हो जाता है। अभी भी मैंने एक लिस्ट इशू करी है, मैं अभी आपके ग्रुप में इसमें भी डाल देता हूँ। एवरी month under the Center for Forensic we issue the list of the fraud journals on our own. ये मैंने अभी आपको ये एक लिस्ट भेजी है, ये आप चैट बॉक्स में देखिए। डिसकंटिन्यूड जर्नल्स की अभी स्कोपस ने रात को ही रिलीज करी थी। एक मैं आपको रिपोर्ट भेज रहा हूं, जो रिपोर्ट हम बनाते हैं, मैं आपको भेज रहा हूं रिपोर्ट। उसमें हम बताते हैं दैट दिस जर्नल हैज टर्न्ड रोग एंड बी वेरी वेरी केयरफुल फ्रॉम दैट जर्नल। ये भी मैंने चैट बॉक्स में डाली है। तो चैट बॉक्स में 2-3 चीजें डाली हैं, प्लस अपना नंबर भी मैंने दिया है। सो व्हाट वी डू इज दैट आई डू नॉट स्टडी द रिसर्च एंड ऑल एट दिस मोमेंट, बहुत ज्यादा लोड हो जाता है, बट आई ऑलवेज हेल्प पीपल इन फाइंडिंग ए गुड जर्नल। सो आई टेल देम प्लीज सेंड मी द नेम ऑफ द जर्नल, आई विल वेरीफाई इट फॉर यू, और सेंड मी योर एब्स्ट्रैक्ट एंड कीवर्ड्स। आई विल फाइंड आउट अ गुड जर्नल which is without APC for you. But I don't need the research paper because में बहुत ज्यादा डेटा हो जाएगा, उतना टाइम नहीं रहता मेरे पास. But we are helping under our Center for Forensic Scientimetry while taking the name of the journals from the people and then giving them the right answer to that.
So one last question in the chat
Yes, ma'am.
box.
Yes, ma'am.
AI generated pictures are acceptable if we create them?
No, AI generated pictures कभी भी acceptable नहीं होंगे.
Right.
Never ever.
She's asking if we create them using AI tools based on our content only. But
No.
Not acceptable.
It's not allowed. Not acceptable.
Right.
फिर तो AI तो फिर वो तो कुछ भी generate हो जाएगा. And how is that your content? You have also read it from somewhere. Research हो रही है ना. अगर इतना ही अच्छा हमारे पास अपना content है, we'll go for patent. We'll not go for a research publication. Right? Thank you, Vinay sir. Thank you, Vinay sir, for.
Great to hear. Thank you.
यार थोड़ा टाइम ज्यादा रहता है अगली बार से, तो भी फुल 3-4 आवर। मैं सोच रहा था कि मैं एक दिन आ ही जाता हूँ जयपुर, मेरा भी बड़ा मन कर रहा था कि
हाँ, बहुत अच्छा रहेगा। बिल्कुल
सर से मिल लेते हैं, असेरी सर से मिल लेते हैं, तो एक पूरे दिन की कभी शॉप रख के
इधर आसपास भी कराता हूँ आपके 2-3 लेक्चर्स, टाइम रहे आपके
पास। मेरे को तो जितना मौका। Yes, sir.
I think your lecture has to be heard by other universities also in Jaipur.
Right. Yes, आप कहें sir.
That would be great. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
The session was very practical and insightful. Thank you so much. Thank you. I will also extend my special thanks to Ganesh Sharma, sir, for also spared his valuable time to be with us. Sir, thank you so much, everyone, for the patient listening. And the tea is waiting outside. And tomorrow, again, we'll reassemble here at 1:50 p.m. sharp for the next 2 sessions.
चैट बॉक्स में किए हैं। हाँ बस एक मिनट, ये कुछ हाँ दिया ना, ये लिंक वो दिया है। ठीक है। अच्छा, इसके जो वो हैं वो आ जाएंगे क्या, मतलब जो उन्होंने फाइल्स दी हैं डाउनलोड, बाद में हम कर पाएंगे?
Yes, you understand, sir. Thanks, Shivam. I'm sorry, sir. This listen.
PDF डाउनलोड नहीं हो रहा।
आपका मेल आईडी खुला हुआ है? हाँ, उसमें एक कॉपी करो। न्यू मेल बस कंट्रोल और करोगे बस बस
जैसे को एड्रेस करेगा और एक्सेस